Welcome to Wednesday Wisdom Live. Today we're talking about mediumship or how to connect to passed over loved ones. So let me first talk about what happens when someone passes over. When a loved one passes over or is about to pass over, they will be guided by a light. So there's a light in the corner of the room. It could be the right, it could be the left. It's usually the right-hand side of the room, top right-hand corner. And they will be staring at that light. If they are not spiritually inclined, they will tend to want to stay away from the light because it's frightening for them. They don't know what the light means. However, once they get to know what it means, because what they see is passed over loved ones that they remember, like their mother, siblings, aunties, uncles, grandparents, etc., will be standing there waiting for them. And they will eventually want to go and talk to these people. So, as a spiritual person, you can lead or help someone to move towards the spiritual bridge to the middle, but you can't go over the other side. Only way you can go over the other side is when you cross over. In other words, once you've passed. Those that have been there and come back, like I have, know what it's like on the other side. So we talk about there being a veil between the physical world and the spiritual world. And these veils are lifted at certain times when there are portals. But that's not what we're talking about today. So when a passed over loved one or a loved one is about to pass, they will go to the top of the spiritual bridge and they will be met by their own passed over loved ones. So sometimes it might be a case of like my dad, who was in the Air Force, him seeing his men before he passed and wanting to protect them. It was raining. And he said, I don't have an umbrella for them. And I said, they're fine, Dad. They don't need an umbrella. The rain's not going to make them wet. They won't get wet. So they will, 9 times out of 10, start talking about what they're seeing. And sometimes in hospital situations, this is classed as delirium, but it's not really. They're not delirious. They're actually seeing things that are real on the spirit realm from the other side. So when they get to the spiritual bridge and they're met by their loved ones, whoever that happens to be, their loved ones take them across the bridge to the spirit realm. They show them what life is like there. So you will find that loved ones, as they're about to pass, their soul will leave their body, their physical body, and you may feel the energy of them behind you or beside you. This means that they can still be levitating in the room and watching what's going on before they've even passed. They have moved over and crossed the spiritual bridge. They go into a place that is known as, to me, like a healing place. It's the in-between space. So you could say it's like a rehab or hospital where all the ills and ailments that were afflicting their body, their physical body before they passed, are healed. They become whole again. They are also taught in a school by other loved ones how to communicate telepathically, how to move through walls, how to shapeshift, how to become a bird, how to drop feathers, how to turn lights on and off, how to turn the telly on and off, how to appear out of nothing, how to be that vibrational energy that can move things, can pick up something from here and move it over there. You know, the misplaced items that you you can't find and then suddenly appear, that's a passed over loved one moving on to give you a message. So they learn how to do that, and then they are given a job in the spirit realm, something that they can then pass on to you in a mediumship session where they can tell you or show you what they do. All passed over loved ones never feel pain anymore. They don't feel regrets or anger. There is no anger up there. They don't yell at you. They are peaceful. Time does not exist up there. They can be with you or with someone across the other side of the world all at the same time. So you may have heard stories about siblings who are around the world and are passed over loved ones. Say a father dies, and each one of them at that particular point in time, something happens to them. Nobody told them their father died, but they know. Because when they recognise the time that their father died, when they were told later, each one of them will say, that's when I woke up and I saw the clock. And it was 10:10. Or lights turned on in the middle of the night. So these are things that happen. And how do I know this? Because I've had this happen to me and because I've been across that bridge. So I know what goes on in the spirit realm. Blessed to have been there and come back. But that's because I'm meant to be able to teach you how things are, so that I can give you comfort, knowing that your loved one is happy. They're always happy in the spirit realm. They're happy to be with their loved ones, rekindling relationships and being able to guide you, to guard you, to look after you from the other side. So, passed over loved ones will return in that period of transitioning to becoming how to work as a spirit and how to work with that energy. They will come back and view their own passing. They will come back and view their funeral. They want to be around to see how their loved ones left behind cope with their passing and how their send-off is. They may not be able to communicate with you yet, but you will feel their energy. They can give you their energy. So how do we connect? What are the rules of engagement? First of all, you must believe in the spirit realm. You must believe that there is life after death. There is no such thing as death in reality. It's just a passing from this realm to the other and changing our vibration. Our soul lives on forever. So lots of people want to be a medium. A medium is someone who is a conduit, who passes on messages from passed over loved ones in the spirit realm to those left behind to bring comfort and validation that they still exist, that there is life after passing. Not everyone is blessed enough to be a medium, and I feel blessed that I am. A medium is somebody who is born with the gift. We connect to our own passed over loved ones, but being a medium means you can connect to other people's passed over loved ones. And not everybody has that privilege. Everyone has psychic abilities, but not everyone has mediumship abilities. So being a medium is the ability to have a true connection with people who have passed and are in the spirit realm. So we become a conduit for those messages. We don't make the messages up. We pass on exactly what's given to us. Whether it means something or not matters not, because it's not meant to mean anything to us. We are the messenger. We are the conduit. It's meant to mean something to the person we're delivering it to. And it's important to know that if you get a message from a passed over loved one who is not your passed over loved one, or even if they are, they have a message for someone else in the family, you must never pass that on without permission. So if there's a message from Dad to Mum, I can't pass that on to Mum without her asking for a message from Dad. It's just the rules. There are spiritual laws that govern our connection to passed over loved ones, and that is we must be respectful and thankful, show gratitude, not be pushy, and certainly not bother them every 5 minutes to get a message. And certainly not say things like, Dad, fix that issue here, bring karma on them. We do not do that. It's not up to the passed over loved ones to dish out our punishment. And they certainly don't dish out punishment anyway. So we may be able to connect to our own passed over loved ones, but not all of us can connect to others who are not related to us. So the principles that we use are respect, 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 expect and believe, and belief in the fact that there is another realm, and expect to receive a message from a passed over loved one. Don't. They have nothing to give us today. So don't try to rearrange what they've said. Take what they've said on board and unpack it, but don't rearrange it. I don't suggest you use seances to connect to passed over loved ones, because you cannot protect yourself correctly from lower level entities entering your physical body. And by lower level entities, I mean those people who have passed over, who don't want to pass over, those who committed suicide, those people who were taken out by a car accident by some drunk driver, for instance, who really didn't want to die. And they want to still live on. So they choose your body to live on through and have the experience of still being alive. So we must protect ourselves, ground ourselves, protect ourselves by protecting ourselves with a white light bubble around us, asking our guides to protect us when we open our channel to connect to a passed over loved one, and raising our vibration to connect with passed over loved ones. So connecting to our spirit guides, we connect on a level around here. Spirit guides can come down to our level. Passed over loved ones, we must raise our vibration to their level. So let go of judgment, let go of fear, and know that nothing can hurt you and nothing can harm you. Be protected by your guides, and ask that your channel be protected while you are out of body, because it means you're raising yourself out of your body to connect to a passed over loved one. Think about the passed over loved one in your eye, in your third eye here, in vision, in your mind's eye. Remember them as they were when you knew them in the physical world. And if you don't know them, in other words, you've never met them, but you've seen photos of them, great-grandmother, for instance, remember them as that image. Or if you don't even know what they look like, imagine an image of a great-grandma. And then ask them to come forward. So once you've raised your vibration and you're up at a level, there is a meditation to follow this that you can do that will guide you through it. So once you've raised yourself up, Be patient. Give them time to come forward with you. Do not push them. Do not hug them. Do not touch them. Because they are vibrational energy, if you touch them, they will disappear. They can touch you, but you cannot touch them. So it's important that you're proficient at meditation to get this connection with your past over loved ones. And it's also important that you know how to understand what is a message from a past over loved one and what is your mind imagining things. So past over loved ones, because they don't speak with their mouth, they will speak with a voice that's your voice. Because if you had another voice in your head while you're meditating, it would frighten the living daylights out of you. So they speak with your voice, so it doesn't scare you. And you know it's a message from a past over loved one when it's something you ask them a question about, or it's something you weren't thinking about. It's a word, it's a sound that pops into your head out of nowhere. We use our clear senses in mediumship. So they will give you messages that can be visions. So you may see a movie going past. You may see visions, you may see an image, a still image, like a photograph. They may give you a gift. They may give you a bunch of flowers. Now, that bunch of flowers may mean something to you, but it may not. For instance, and my dad gave me a bunch of daisies, which meant nothing. Daisies meant nothing except for daisy chains when I was a child. And this was not long after he passed. He gave me a bunch of daisies. So I asked him what it meant, and he said, I will give you a daisy a day. So daisies are happiness and connection, brightness. And that had a meaning to me, a very personal meaning, what he was giving it to me for. They may give you initials. They may give you a word. They may give you a short sentence. They may give you a paragraph. They may give you the words of a song. They may give you music, which will be validated during the day when you hear the song playing, or validated during the day when you see daisies everywhere you go, or validated during the day when you see the number plate with those numbers or those letters on it. So they may give you sounds. They may give you feelings, emotions. They may give you a taste in your mouth. They may give you smells. You know, like a grandma who cooks scones, or was known for her roast dinners or her bread making. Or it may be the smell of a pipe. Or it could be a fire, the smell of a fire, or chestnuts over a fire, or marshmallows. It could be the sound of a fish jumping out of water. They can give you things that necessarily are not words. And it's for you to get those symbols and clues and understand what they are. So when you've finished with your meditation, it's important to journal these things out. So you've protected yourself, you've connected, and you are ready to receive the information. You've asked for someone to come forward. You've got questions. What was their life like? What did they regret most in their life? What was the things that they found was the most exciting thing? What was the job they did? How many children did they have? Were they married? So think about, who do you think you are, right? The series. Going back through ancestry, for people you don't know, 10 rungs back up the ladder, asking questions of that person, seeing if there's some similarities between the two of you. Listen to what they say, or be open to receive whatever they give you. Let go of your fear and judgment. Let go of the fear that you're going to get it wrong, or the fear that you're going to get nothing. If you don't understand what they're giving you, say so. Ask them to say it in a different way, or to show you in a different manner. And research those symbols after you've finished your meditation. Interact with them. Notice what they wear. Notice what they look like. Notice how they speak. Trust what you get, because nothing is given to you by accident. And the first thing they give you is the right thing. So whatever you get, it's right. If you want a little bit more validation, like you might be given a box. They might give you a box with a pretty pink ribbon on it. You don't know what the box means. Unwrap the box and see what's inside, or ask them to show you what's inside. Why is this box important? Why was that book important? Why was it important for them to tell you that thing today? What is it? What is the thing they came to tell you today? What is the message they want to give you today? But remember, practice makes perfect, but don't be a nuisance. They have a job to do up there, so don't call them in every 5 minutes of the day. Don't ask them every 5 minutes to give you guidance, to tell you what to do. That's being disrespectful. Be respectful. And when you're finished, close your channel down, thank your guides, thank the passed over loved one, and untether your feet from Mother Earth and thank Mother Earth. But you close your channel down so that the lower level entities do not come in during the day. Because when we open up to passed over loved ones, we have raised our vibration. So we are vibrating like a great big lighthouse. We have a big beacon. And all those passed over loved ones' souls out there looking to get a message to somebody in the physical realm, see you and go, I'm going down there. She might help me. Or she works with my daughter. She will tell my daughter what I want to say. We don't do that, remember. We close it down so that we don't damage our own soul and we don't allow the wrong entities to come in, or those that we have not invited to come in. So remember, you must invite someone to come forward. You must thank them and allow them to go. So if you get a message, like someone knocking on the door, I want to pass a message on to you, and you're at work, you say respectfully, because remember, time doesn't exist up there, respectfully, I can't do this right now, or I'm driving. Can we wait? And I will let you know when I'm home and I'm available. I'm not cooking dinner. I'm ready to sit down in my quiet, sacred space and be all ears and open my channel, protect myself so that we know we're getting the right thing. Have a great time connecting to your passed over loved one. Do the meditation that's after this to guide yourself through it, and journal when you're finished. And I'd love to know how you go. So let me know if you'd like to have more of this. Thank you for listening.